Yeah, I've probably got a chance of winning with Rogue. Let's go with the lower casting cost one for right now. In a Rogue deck, the Bloodsail Raiders better because they'll almost always have a weapon up. I'm going to go with the Frost Elemental just because it's a bigger body, and that Battle Cry can be very helpful. Dark Iron Dwarf is better more often, and he's got one more health, so either one of those reasons want some low casting cost cards as Rogue to be able to start up some combos. So we'll go with him for that. We don't have any spells yet, so I'm going to go ahead and take the spell. Again, he can be a combo starter, so cause enemy minion to freeze their own minions, so I like it better. Multiple sprints can be bad. Although last night we had 2 nourish, I think I'm going to go with Tamer Mind Control tech here. It not only helps with board control, but can be used on the opponent's face as well. Probably the weakest card in our deck thus far, but still quite a good card and better 2 hits out of it instead of just the 1. Not as good as the Yeti. Yeah, I'll go with the Harvest Golem this time. We got a nice little Spellbreaker's a pretty decent body for his cost, and sometimes that silence can really come in handy. Bad picks here. I think I am going to go with the Kidnapper. I think it's the best one of those. And a 3/2 is perfectly good. Her stats aren't bad, and if she can take a secret, she's well worth the cost. So definitely backstab. Bring it back, charge in again. You know, it's not always could use a couple more 2-drops. In our current deck, I think Auto Barber is loads better. I mean, we need a 3/2. We could use it to combo start, so that's not bad. Given our current deck, I think I'm going to choose the Sunwalker. It just so happens to outclass these cards here, so we'll go ahead and use that. I'm going to take the gamble. That's one. New Bar Ambusher is a lot more likely to be 2 for 1 than Assassinate is. I think this is the clear choice here. So, that's all. Paladins have secrets, and good ones. Well, a good one. Avenge is pretty good. That in the opening hand for sure. Keeping in the mulligan. I think I am going to pitch that as well. 5/5 on the board, turn 3, and I think that's a pretty enticing endeavor, so we're going to give it a try. Cool. We got a 2, and then a 3 and a 4, depending on how he plays it. If the Anubar were to bounce back the Dark Iron Dwarf, Noble Sacrifice, our Blood Fan 1 mana card. I'm happy to see, especially not knowing what his secret actually is. Like if it is a, since I don't have backstab or any sort of dagger growth at the moment. Oh, so that's probably Avenge. We can pretty much bank on that being Noble Sacrifice and Avenge, which is quite problematic. So I'm going to go ahead and try this, see what the board looks like afterwards. Okay, Avenge is one of them, but no Noble Sacrifice. Is the other one Redemption? It is. With 1 health. It's because now I can dagger up, get that, coin, and eviscerate. Now, after having done all that, look at the size of our hand, look at the size of his. We are definitely in the lead here, and we erased all of the progress he had made so far this game. And that's a pretty good feeling. And we are able to play a Nubar Ambusher on turn 4 with an empty board, which means there's no way of being punished for it. I am going to bother to dagger that 1/1 simply because Paladins have a lot of ways. Okay. This is a good time for Dark Iron Dwarf to come out. We get to one-shot that guy. Plus, so already our Nubar Ambusher Dark Iron Dwarf back's not so bad, because then you get to reuse the Battle Cry. Okay. Wow, he's overloading the board. But I actually like that, and here's why. Take away that bubble, gives us the mana dagger up, which means not only can we kill this turn, but we'll have the dagger at the ready next turn. And the real nice thing is, look at this, the Dark Iron Dwarf killing a guy, the Nubar Ambusher killing a second guy. So already we've got 2 for 1. If this guy dies, it might pull back this, which not only lets us use our Battle Cry again, but also heals him up. If we get this guy back, we can make use of the silence again. Talking about, I don't need to... Okay, he can kill that. He can kill that. Can I sprint this turn? No, I should have done this first. And then I just want to keep the 3 minions on the board. We've got such a huge lead that playing around mind control... Okay, I want to go ahead and hit his face with this so that I don't waste her attack. Go ahead and kill off this guy. Go ahead and kill off this guy. It'll bring back the raider, not a big deal. She only cost us 2 mana anyways. And set out the force tank. So he has a just generally better deck. This is going to be pretty good here. Let's see if he has any mechs to play. Plus our life total's looking pretty good too, so I'm okay with that. Not okay with the cloaking there, like this.
Here we go.
Kill that just because I can. Now spend mana to dagger up so that when I do play the 2 durability weapon. Play this 1 mana because that's all we have to get the combo started. Deal a hell of a lot of damage to him. Play the sharp sword oil, hope it doesn't go on the abusive sergeant, that's fine. And now play her at a much bigger size. Ambusher's downside's really not that bad. I don't know if that only applies to arena or what, but since we're playing in arena, let's just roll with it. Okay, he's flooding the board. Oh, and his mech gets that, so he'll probably kill the blood cell for free. Now he's going face. Why? Does he not see that we have victory, or do we not have victory? Okay. Good, saves me having to count it up. Alright. Now see, that was a great game. I really enjoyed that. Scenarios. And since arena's pretty much random anyways, I think keeping just 1 card of most drop, I think that's a safe bet. Zombie Chow helps make that decision an okay one. Alrighty, well we got a lot of 4s, so using the coin as 3 drops pretty good. And he didn't have a turn 1. And look at this, Zombie Chow is going to act as a protector for micro. I can say we're off to a pretty good start, especially since the opponent spent his 2 turn on a totem. For those we are going to kill that totem. Rock Biter Weapon, Flame Tongue Totem, even something like Dire Tech Minion. So we're not in any rush to kill the opponent. Okay. Oh well. Don't know when we're going to be able to use a Spellbreaker, and taking away an extra body is as good as any. I use that as a last-ditch effort. That would have been a good use of Oh, he's going to give it to us for free. So I do want to do this. And we'll pop the bubble. Give him our Micro Machine, just so he can't take our Zombie Chow for free and set out that. That's not what I was thinking of up front. Played that turn pretty well. Okay, now Spellbreaker will get more value by helping my dagger take that guy out. No, I don't think that's bad, because next turn's 6 mana, so worst case scenario, we dagger up and play another 4 drop. Okay, he's got 2 cards in his hand that he kept during the mulligan, which is kind of weird. Take out the Zombie Chow. Okay, he wants the life, and my worry about mind control techs. So got the mana to dagger up, use our raptor to take this out. This kills this for free. And we can use the other 4 mana to set a 4/3. Yeah, and of course assassinate for anything we can't deal with. If I did, I'd want to take out that totem with my 4/3 just because she's at full health. I was going to say she's at full health, and if it's changed, we can simply kill this totem, let the Kodo stomp out the other guy, dagger up and pass. That's a perfectly fine turn. If we could find our eviscerate, but right now it's
my shield for Argus.
Okay. Cool. Another turn I like. Forward. Simply kill things down. So this card's now this card's already at least 1 for 1.
Here we go.
And what that means is if he lightning storms, for example, he will kill this. Did I just forget to attack with the arrow if I wasn't on stream because I was too busy jabbering? What I was trying to say is that with the lightning storm, he'd get this for free because she only killed. Gonna go ahead and whip out the abusive sergeant, help this guy take out this, which means that Stampeding Kodo has traded 3 for 1. Very okay. We'll use her to kill that. And now I can set up my auto barber and start using my improved weapon to help kill him. This is kind of the scenario where Kidnapper's kind of an okay draft. You know, you play something to activate the combo, you bounce a taunt, and
You asked for it. Watch your
couple 4s and no coin. That's sad, because one of them is Chilwyn Yeti, and I can't really afford to keep any of them. Okay, flexible. I might be tempted to make one drop, but not against a mage, so we're better off saving it as a so-called surprise. I could play my Bloodfang Raptor up for that, means I can kill it for free. That's a perfectly fine use of our turn 2. Okay. So, something to keep in mind in terms of proper play order. Okay, backstab makes this trade 1 for 1. Not the best use of backstab, but at least 1 for 1. Okay, I was gonna risk it, and it didn't pay off for him. Although next turn he will be able to. It's a good thing we're at least getting 1 shot in. Yeah, he'd be doing us a favor by allowing us to heal it up. Only doing 1 damage with the arcane missiles by trading them 1 for 1. Oh, and he's actually letting us heal up our raptor.
thank you.
That was a mistake. Although, in addition to daggering up and playing Bloodfen Raptor, I think I am going to play the South Sea deckhand here. Trying to take advantage of the fact that he's been playing slow. We're kind of do is remove our new bar and allow us to heal up that. Okay, so it didn't play out. It might not have played out. We don't know what else is in his hand. That's actually a good 3-drop, so in this case it didn't work out for us. Okay.
Your magic
It's okay to use to bring out the Spellbreaker if it starts the combo. I'm okay with that. I didn't want to put the 4-3. It does kind of put us at a card disadvantage a little bit.
Thank you.
Let's see what he gave us.
The light does not discriminate.
He gave us duplicate, so I am going to go ahead and go for it this way. Duplicate the Mystic, but duplicating the Micro Machine's not the word. Okay, now our hero power is overworked. Okay, so we get 2 Micro Machines. Giddy with our free Micro Machines that we just flood the board and lose it all to a single Flame Strike. So let's see what spare part we get at least. Finicky, go ahead and trade these.
Light it up.
And then I will play 1 of each of these. I was going to say I don't see a better use for our Finicky Cloak Field than to put it on this now. However, we are a rogue, we have combos, so I'm going to keep the spare part just to possibly set up a combo. Goblin, no better time to use the Assassinate. Really don't, but hey, he gave it to us for free, and we can just play it right back. And so we shall. I'm gonna hold on to the Auto Barber as a last minion, and he knows we have a spare part in hand, so he would know it's our. We're kind of powerless to make use of it. Okay, let's attack first so we don't break our own cloak. If I cloak this and set this out, he will reveal to us whether or not he has a Flame Strike. And then next turn I can play the Bloodsail Raider and my weapon should still have the 2 damage. We really need to find our sprint is what it is. Stick around afterwards. Okay, his choosing of that reduces my belief that he might have Flame Strike. Okay, that's... I believe he's just using that as a give him the Micro Machine. play this before we lose our 2 power weapon. Kill this off, and go ahead and attack. My thinking here is that worst case scenario, we can just play Kidnapper as a 5. This in a meaningful way is pretty low right now.
Speak to me.
Steadily winning this game, I don't want to just give it to him by playing into a flame strike, so I will continue my steady damaging down. But here's the question. To play Zombie Child, I think I'm going to hold on to him just as an easy combo. So the ability to combo the Kidnapper dwindles. No spells, that's good. Oh, and he played his entire hand, that's good also. Because the whole purpose of doing this is setting up lethal, so let's go ahead and just bounce it. We're still in a bad position in terms of Flame Strike. He wipes the board. Exactly lethal. Well, not if we have a Tinker's Sharp Sword. Hey! Mind Control Tech. That means he can't win. Good. Alright. Well, I do apologize that this is going slowly, but...
Watch your back.
and that game was also good to for demonstrating that hand. Sunwalk gonna be a good rogue. It's okay to just dagger up on turn 2, so just holding on to a 3 is good enough. And we have a 4, so that's good. Kidnapper, hate to see that on the opening hand, but what can you do? Coin. One of the cards he kept. Okay. Play the Novice Engineer, since the Novice Engineer would die for free. Also an over a similar... Oh, that's not so nice. I was going to say one reason to go over a Novice Engineer over a similar quality card is because it can help. No bother. Worst case scenario, we can have...
What does the future hold?
Powered up, so we have to do as much as we can to tear down his lead here. Yeah, that's not bad. It's gonna be pretty low for at least a few turns. Ah, I wasn't thinking about that. I should have put one on the Swordsmith last turn so I could put another one on him now. Way to combo a Cold Blood and take this out for free. Daggering the Weaponsmith might not have been terribly clear. Okay. Fresh dagger before attacking. Okay, well now I don't feel so bad. We're not the only ones making mistakes here. Oh, it's attack goes up 1. I wasn't thinking about that, but and it's okay that we're not going to be able to make optimal use of his battle cry. Whoops. Oh wait, I can freeze him. Okay. I meant to freeze the minion before I attacked, and then I wasn't planning on making a big dagger play anyways. Pop. And the good thing here is that Frost Elemental gets to kill something, which means even if the Anubar bounces it back now, we've already more than it might seem looking at our board. But also because it baits out a silence. And if this gets silenced, that means his downside doesn't bite us either. Plus, given our hand plays like that Cold Blood there, trying to take it nice and slow and patient, and that's good, but sometimes, like this, I think you need to kick it into upper gear and yeah, get it on. Okay, 9, 12, 13. We only need one more to be annoying by clearing his board. And the reason why that's such a good idea is because we have the Anubar Ambusher. Just clear off anything that...
Give me a quest.
I've never seen a comeback of this magnitude, so... Is he gonna seppuku on the Ambusher? Also, I've noticed in all the games we've played so far, we've done a real good job of staying at 3 minions or less. Not paramount, but it is one thing to keep in mind. Oh, such as being against a rogue, it might have been a good idea to spend my weapon and then set out the Bloodsail Raider. I hadn't thought of that. Okay, too big, and we don't have the coin or any low cast, so we can't afford to hold on to a 4. Pretty easy mulligan. Alright, now we are up against a druid who does have a hero power that can do 1 damage. And they're tough for minions. So, Druid of the Claw, Druid of the Fang to some extent. Well, we've got a Cold Blood in hand as well as Abusive Sergeant, so I think it's better. Ugh, I feel pathetic. Turn 3 dagger up pass. That's not a good play. Are you threatening me? Of silence, but we don't have anything else. And the good news is in order to kill it with what we drafted Fang. Oh, okay, he's gonna kill it off for us. Well, shucks. Nothing else between Abusive Sergeant and Cold Blood. We've got stuff we can do. Use it on. Like 6-drop, right? Sunwalker?
Are you ready for this?
Okay, that's not that frightening. That's really not that frightening. Dark Iron Dwarf. And he's laying out bigger and bigger minions, so the chances of betrayal ever actually leading to a 2-for-1 is looking pretty grim. The only reason I'm not is because with 1 damage on, or 1 health left on this guy, it means the best way for him to kill it is going to be swipe, and I'd rather he swipe out a zombie chow while he's at full health.
I must safeguard the land.
Okay. You're gonna go ahead and prep dot the... No? Okay. Oh, cool. Ambusher makes for a good play. Alrighty. Let these trade. Only downside to this play is we are again swipe vulnerable, because if he was to hero power the abusive, we'd be able to reuse his hero power. Oh, see, he played that in the wrong order. He should have hero powered the Anubar first. Although Wrath in a 1 damage configuration, I don't know. I don't know what the rest of his hand looks like. I think, generally speaking, it would have been more efficient to hero. Yeah. Same right here. Look at the replay and determine what his hand was to figure out why he used Wrath instead of hero power. Okay, do you see what I see? He popped the bubble. We have the capability to freeze that minion, and that's an especially effective thing to do against a Venture Co. mercenary, because now, next turn, silenced, he's less likely to flood the board than he was before, so I'm going to put another body on him, and somehow manages to come back. 5 mana to do 2 damage. Oh, wow. Oh, and he's attacking it? I guess it's okay, because he did armor up just there, so he's 1 outside of lethal, as far as he knows. Our Barber would do it. I don't see that happening. I'm not going to play both minions, just because of mind control tech. Goes for the trade.
I've got a huge.
My hero power? Even if he can clear my board, he has to hero power just to stay out of range of my dagger. Oh, seppuku. Alrighty. Good deal. Good deal. All wins so far. This is very good.
I must protect the one.
I'm happy with this draft.
Watch your
Okay, we do have the coin this turn, so keep it. We're gonna throw back the Abusive Sergeant as well. Throwing back all of them, let's hope we actually get some 1s and 2s we can use. Not the case, however, we do have some quality 4s. 2 quality 4s, which is kind of nice, because then on turn 3 we'll actually be able to choose between the 2 of them. Again, it's a little worse in this deck because we don't have a lot of like deadly poison. We do have the auto barber people because that. Oh, okay. He wanted a safe taunt to protect his enrager. I get it. I get it. Okay, very sorry about that. So just go ahead and play the Yeti. And if he gets really greedy and plays 2 minions next turn, we get to what's been an excellent run thus far. Okay, he takes 5 to the face to erase our board. Not a problem there. Okay, that's too many emotes in a row. Hiding behind another taunt. Okay. Although I will expand on the decision by pointing out that, yes, we are low on health. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pop that bubble. We are low on health, but turn 6 coming up, we can put back into play as well as a micro machine beside it. So, ooh. He went straight aggro, didn't he? Yeah, Sunwalker best. He would have to trade in everything too late, but that remains to be seen. Silence, that's all it needs to be. He didn't need to power up, but some people are douchebags. Okay, he got us. He got us. He drafted for a straight face, and it worked out this time. I saw a video the other day on YouTube, which, mental note to myself, in the future that's going to put mind control tech as a little higher value. Definitely. Oh, shaman. Okay, okay. Yeah, I learned the hard way the other day. Whenever you go up against a shaman in arena, always assume that he's got a whirling Zap-O-Matic and a flame tongue totem in his opening hand, or a assume. Like it used to be, okay, yeah. I was going to say it used to be that shamans could have a pretty slow start, but now they just use backstab. So yeah, while normally that 3-4-4 with coin holding on to, they can have some real explosive. Like even before GBG, I had seen turns that, you know, Dust Devil, coin Dust Devil, and it's like, oh, rude. Since our hand's kind of on the bad side. To use the weapon this turn. Be on the board, so. And who knows, denying him the spare part could actually work out. The Sharp Sword Oil this coming turn is going to work out pretty good.
The light protects me.
Okay, I don't want to give him... Well, no, this way the Spellbreaker's already traded 1 for 1. Like, that bubble can be more problematic than it might seem. At least it felt that way to me. That's with Betrayal in hand and stuff, I just didn't see a way to do it otherwise. Crackle. Please don't kill it. Ouch!
Die, mage.
Well, we're giving him the Spellbreaker for the Trog, and that's fine. The Spellbreaker already took out 1 card by himself. The only thing troublesome about that play is if he's got it. Okay. 7 mana. We risk buffing the Novice Engineer, which would be unfortunate. It would be nice to buff the Frog, since we could use it this turn. Oh, right! That's awesome! Downside to this play is, and I don't think it's worth a random minion. Okay. 8, and we're just gonna go full YOLO. That's the only way we can activate the Kidnapper's combo. Make him pick that up. If he wants it in play, he's gonna have to spend the 7 mana again. And meanwhile, we cut his life in half with more bodies on the board to do the same all over again. Hex. Okay. He hopes for the taunt totem. That only buys him 2. Maybe that gives it a...
Well played. Here we go.
Whew, that takes us to 6-1 if I'm not mistaken. If their alarm is not set by midnight, which is in my time zone when the show is supposed to end, we get a call to go down there and make sure everybody's alright of a potential problem in the event of a successful run. Now this is a really nice turn 2, Bloodfen Raptor, turn 3, Dagger Up, Coin the... but anyways, these cards you have to be okay with. They have AoE, which kind of resets the board. We do have a lot of late games. We also have a sprint to restock our hand, which, as we saw in last night's game, the ability to restock cover from a board clear such as Flame Strike. Okay, the playing of that Ogre gave me a reason to play my Dagger out strength, or modify the Dagger strength. Not bad. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and use up the Dagger.
Here we go.
I'm going to lead with the Anubar Ambusher, just because we're going into his turn 4, and in the event he plays a Yeti, was it? I commented on how sometimes you play him turn 4 on an empty board, so it's not that big of a deal. I could play the Yeti here, and that would be a fine play. What I'm going to do instead is Dagger Up, and then play a minion with a Battle Cry, so that if he does make us suck it back up, we get that 3-2 for free. So, okay. We didn't have a way to kill it before fire blasting it. That's fun. That's fun. Okay. Okay. Is that worth it?
Your magic shall not save you.
And kill the imp, since we're going to have a pair of 3 health minions on the board. Make it to where the zombie master, I meant imp master.
X marks the spot.
Okay. Well, it does look as if he's playing around Betrayal here, so we'll go ahead and move forward.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Die, landlubber.
Now we do have mana to auto barber and show one yet, but it would make us vulnerable to a mind control tech. Normally I wouldn't care, but we are playing against a mage going into turn 7, and since that play would also make us vulnerable to some extent to...
I've got a hit!
Okay, and fire blast that so we... Okay. Okay. Ooh. Well, this makes us semi-vulnerable to Flame Strike also, but it is a very big play, and if he does Flame Strike, at least we'll have time to sprint. Especially in a well-constructed deck, you know, you do the board control thing. Okay, we can kill both of those for free, so what's he planning here? He had no plan.
Here we go.
The force tank. It doesn't make us any less vulnerable, or yeah, it doesn't make us any less. It doesn't make us any more. That's why I wanted to set this out first, because now we still have 2 big bodies on the board, which buys us time for sprint. Pop the bubble for him, using it to destroy a minion with 4 attack is a fine use of the bubble. He luckily drops a minion that has 1 health, so we can take it out with our hero power. However, not happy about the fact that it draws him a card also. Daggering up would have been a waste of mana. We'd have had multiple mana, to be specific. Okay. Well, still, if I play this, because we have Cold Blood in hand, maximize the possibility of who, but because we have cold blood in hand, having more to use it on I think's better. Okay. I knew that was a possibility, but you can't let that be a reason to not play cards, you know what I mean? Thinking of playing the Sunwalker. It's got a bubble, so it's a little more... So I'm going to go ahead and risk putting all my eggs into this one basket. Cut him in half. Go ahead and take one of his minions off the board so he can't kill this. And we'll go ahead and play another minion that can survive a flame strike. Just thinking out loud in case I'm mistaken the way I'm looking at it. Let me know. On Twitter, which can be found in on my card on the stream. I am working towards dual monitor support. Mostly just waiting for the weather to clear for that, because I got to build a stand, and working with ice cold wood's not fun. But I do have another monitor, and once I get that dual monitor setup going.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay.
You're back.
7 or more wins. They're on her stats, from what I understand, they rank highly. So, okay, Kazan Mystic is just a understated body against Priest. Very expensive, so we have a weak... Oh, it gets better. It doesn't look like we'll be able to weapon up first before casting her anytime soon, so I'm just gonna... That could have been a reason to hold off a little bit. Now see, I actually don't like seeing that, just because... But luckily, so far, we're playing 2-3, so at least he can't kill anything and then heal it up. Deal with it then. I want to use Assassinate on that. Or, I mean, Backstab. Or 3 or 4-3, better to hold on to the Silence. Micro Machine and Dagger Up would be bad there, since he can heal to combo out the Mystic. That's an interesting choice. He does give us the Guild one, but he also gave us a Smite. That's a 2-for-1. Why wouldn't he use the Death Lord? That doesn't make any sense. Get our free minion, and this is why it helps to have some big bodies in your deck. Yeah, we miss out on the back. Yeah, it's better to wait. Plus, this way we get to put 4 on his face, which, in a mild sense, can heal doesn't mean he will. If he's got a better turn 5 play, then obviously he's not going to waste it. At the least, he's going to get a 3-for-1. Or a 2-for-1. Okay. So this kills this. So far, technically, his Yeti's better to bait it out now. Rather than after we have more minions on the board. At least it would be cards that already killed cards themselves. Even that's a good play. He might very well get the 2 as if he did Holy Nova. Okay, he got 1.5 cards for 1, and it's still alive. Well, good for him. Good for him. Very weak right now, so we'll go ahead and silence him. Let him do the killing. Okay, and then set out a Micro Machine. We're at 7 wins. I'll risk it. I don't know if that's a good play or not.
Let me change your mind.
Eek. Card value. But it's an epic. So the chance that somebody gets it in arena draft's very low. Which is why I think they should win. And that's not the first time I've seen that. I wish I was recording that portion of the overlay as well, so that I could try to identify when exactly that happened. Kind of a no-brainer. Our card kills his card and lives, so good there.
Embrace the void.
Technically, it was 3-for-1. So he made up for the trade in that regard. Okay, does he have a ferocious doing sprint probably, or sprint and dagger probably, so we'll go ahead and sprint now, just to see what the cards are. Writer, but I'm fine with this.
Here we go.
And since we have a time rewinder, if by killing the Wolf Rider with our face, we gained a card advantage by killing the... So I think that puts us back on par in terms of handy. We put out a new bar, big bad mofo. We put out kidnapper, big bad mofo. Bounce the one that's buffed. Also want to go ahead and trade these minions. Plus I have a timer winder in hand, so being able to bounce this back. We have eviscerate and cold blood, so I think we're technically have lethal
Is
here.
someone injured?
Yeah, we do quite a bit, in fact. He heals up to 24. We've got 17. We can, well, oh wow. Any way you slice it. So that's one, just to start the combo. Ba-bam! 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 Is he dead yet? I can't tell. There's so many graphics flying. Oh yeah, we overkilled him by... it's like 6 there. That's a lot of work.
You asked for
And the
it.
more games it is, the more work it is.
Back.
But I actually enjoy doing video editing for Stone All. Plus we already have 7 wins, so I do play a little riskier after that point. In a way, it's even a little more risky against a mage. The thing I don't like about the micro machine is the first turn the opponent has to answer it, it has only 2 power. So it's a 2/2, which is, if nothing else, this play has the dagger at the ready for next turn. So, oof, that guy's mean against a weapons class. He's just mean. You hear me? He's mean. Choked here. Our deck's revolting. Not as in disgusting as in mutiny. We have to play something. Like, he's really lucky we had a bad draw because, okay, he's willing to take out the Neutron for us in order to be able to freeze the face. And that's a perfectly good, sure, bounces it back. I can use it to heal up the Tall Strider. Oh wait, no, because he traded in the, okay, he's gonna frostbolt it. That sucks. That means the ambusher would have been the better answer. Anyways, he traded the Annoyatron for the Micro Machine, so we're being this few turns in and us not really putting up much of a fight. The fact that we still have 24 health pretty.
Get behind me.
I'm gonna go ahead and waste the Dark Iron Dwarf's Battle Cry by doing this. Oh, you know what? On second thought, I'm not gonna waste the Battle Cry. He can keep the face frozen if that means we can do this. 7 damage is just too much to doesn't cost cards, so we can possibly combo a little better. But keeps our face frozen. Why not? It's free. I would say that the alternative is we can play the Yeti now. However, we're going into his Flame Strike turn. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. The only other play would have been sprint, just sprinting, as he could run his Snow Chugger into the new bar and erase our board. This way at least we'll have the 1 minion. Okay, we should go ahead and assume that that secret is duplicate, or mirror entity, flame striking the Yeti. I'm going to go ahead and kidnap that. And if I had thought that that was my play, I would have attacked with him first just instead. It's probably well, I don't think he would play that if it was duplicate. No, even seeing that, I don't think he would have played that if it was duplicate. Obviously, first thing we're going to do is test for that. It is duplicate. Okay, good, he wasted it. Fantastic. That trade's going to kill off my Kidnapper, which plays around MCT, and I play out a big baddie that is going to be immune unless what we use to combo the Sharp Sword Oil ends up being the benefactor of the Sharp Sword Oil. Which, in case I wasn't clear before, that's why I don't much care for the Sharp Sword Oils. It's random. So I'm going to go ahead and fresh dagger up, play the Yeti to test for mirror entity. Vaporize. Okay, I'd rather it was Ice Bearer. I was gonna say if it's well, let's take away his death rattle. I still think playing the Spellbreaker instead of the Yeti would have been a better way to test secrets. And of course, just plain noticing that I was frozen would have been a better thing to do too. Okay. Strike, this plays right into it. Got a little time, I want to sprint now. I think a Nubar ambusher would have been a better way to keep the pressure going. But if we gotta play around... Actually, now that I think about it, I think I would have rather a Nubar ambusher, just because these minions are both very low on health. Okay. Well, the good news is we know what his hand is. It's a... that makes me a little more adventurous in not having to worry about... so I am going to use my face to kill that, especially since it only was 1 damage. The reason being is I didn't want to use my Yeti because my Yeti's at 2 health and his hero power does 1. I will go ahead and set out the ambusher, even though this kind of plays into mind control tech. His only card is a Dalaran Mage, so whatever we could be playing, which means it's less important to do. Plus we could deal with having to get rid of our own Anubar ambusher. Nice. Nice!
Well played.
That was a very good, well, that wasn't such a good play. He should have taken care of this. Because he does have a Pyroblast someplace in the deck and he's counting on it to save him. Do that. We will just do this, which threatens lethal. Good enough. Without more minions. Game over.
Well played. Well played. You win.
Ooh-wee.
I will fight with honor.
Watch. Your
Okay, a 1 and a 2. The way I always have a hard time knowing when to cast what. Micro Machine buys us time to be able to dagger up before the Bloodsail Raider. The Zombie Child buys us the opportunity for the Micro Machine to come out and hopefully be at least a power of 3 by the time we're ready to throw it. We might save the coin for the Kidnapper just to get its, because we do have a 2 and a 3 and technically a 4 and then 5. Yep. We have a really good hand. Fantastic. Thank you, Abusive Sergeant. The Abusive Sergeant not only allows us to buff this to be able to kill this, leaves us 2 mana to dagger up, kill the Golem. His double minion is erased, our Micro Machine marches on, and we have another power of 2 to fend off any Thranthian. Like that. Okay. That's okay, we weren't putting all our eggs into the Micro Machine basket anyways, but we did make smart plays despite it. Sure what the turn was going to be, but this is a nice combo. 4 mana. That's pretty good value. Okay, he's going to take out the Bloodsail Raider. Yup, yup. And we planned for this contingency. Coin activates the Kidnapper's battle cry. Get that minion off the board, put 5 on face, threaten them with another 10 next turn. You know, I don't know why people give Kidnapper such flack. Not long ago I saw Trump pick one on in Arena and it worked out for him. The Abusive Sergeant. Go ahead and kill this off since we've got an extra 2 mana. It's kind of a waste of 1 attack power on the weapon, but it keeps the party rolling. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Big Game Hunter. Reminds me of back when I played Ramp Druid. I had some Power of the Wilds in the deck and Big Game. It wasn't until a couple months later that I started falling in love with Arena for its purity. You know, there's only so many times you can play against paladin. There's only so many times you can play against like Zoo and Face Hunter and stuff like that before you kind of get sick of ladder play. It's not as bad now as it used to be. I mean, you still see these same decks, but their meta itself has numerous common deck themes. I haven't been playing Arena as much as most people, I wouldn't say. 3? Okay, that's a good enough 3 turn. I don't want to play the mind control tech yet, especially at the rate he's playing.
For the crusade!
Wow. He likes his bubbles, am I right? Well, Blood Celebrator kills that for free, so no hesitation there. So peeling off the bubble is a fine use of the dagger. And that's our best 4-drop. He can trade 2 for 1 to kill it.
Not on my watch.
Okay, I guess that lets him clear our board without losing all of his moves. Of course, it gives us a very predictable turn 5 from his perspective.
Reporting for duty.
Here we go.
Is it how you pick? If need be, we can novice engineer and tinker's oil. However, that would be bad play, generally speaking, simply because the buff could go on the novice engineer, and against a paladin, that means to test for Argent Defender, or I mean Noble Sacrifice, which it was. In the event that it was Avenge, we would have mind control tech. The more of his board we can clear off, the better. That would be pretty disastrous. And oof, I didn't even notice we'd be weak to consecration. That's okay.
Reporting for duty.
I should have drawn first. Worst case scenario, we can use Eviscerate to start off the... okay. I actually like that. That's a favorable trade because of things like Blessing of Kings, doing more damage to us.
I hear you got a problem.
Alrighty.
Well played. I give up.
Stealth.
Well played.
It's useful.
You asked for it.
I don't know.
Your
Wow.
back.
And the coin into Yeti. Oh! Okay. South Sea Deckhand. I'm not worried about playing... Yeah, and then turn 4 new bar. I'm not worried about playing aggro-y just because we do have enough late game that having all of the, you know, so many early card games in the opening hand and using them cards. Statistically speaking, obviously you can't know how you're going to draw the cards, but on average. Yeah, turn 3 we can play a 4-3 as well as a 2-1 with charge.
Here we go.
We won't necessarily have the mana to dagger up later. I am going to go ahead and play the charge. Kind of overwork his hero power here. 2-drop this turn. It's actually in our favor. Our minion can kill a 2-3. Our dagger can kill a 3-2. Yeah, that was kind of a waste of turn on him. Plus he cleared our board, paving the way for the new bars to... Okay. Crunch all you want. We'll make more. Since my dagger is a power of 2, I'm going to use the sheep to kill. His hero power could kill this anyways. It's marked for death, so might as well put it to use. This way we get to save our 2 deck. Thank you.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
And since we're playing against a mage, it's okay if we bounce back the Kazan Mystic. What did he give us? I didn't even see what it was. Was it Mirror Entity? I went to hover over it and the concede. Oh, wow. Well, it's not all luck. We did a pretty solid draft and pretty solid execution thus far. Unfortunately, we're 11-2, and the make or break game has a very crappy mulligan. We don't even get the coin. Another interesting thing about not getting the coin is Rogue is the one class that probably benefits the most from having the coin and going second. And we are going up against... And he made it this high up, so it might be that he's got a vicious aggro deck. Oh. You know what? That's actually not so bad because I'm often torn between whether to dagger up before playing the Bloodsail Raider. And now, he made that choice easy. For a rogue to have to spend turn 2 on the daggers, not a problem. So, okay. He'll be able to trade both of those in for this, but he'll kill it back, pop the bubble. So he'll be trading 2 for that theory. Has greater credibility now that I'm thinking about it. How he had to use the coin to do it. Okay, and the Tall Strider having 4 health instead of 5 is likely not going to matter because he can't dagger into that with the Golem. Assassinate on a Yeti, sure you lose 1 mana, but for tempo's sake I don't have a problem with it, especially since now our Tall Strider has killed a card, so even if he kills it with a card, it'll be 2 for 1. And our minion's able to finish it off. Next turn we do have a turn 6 play. We do have the advantage here. Wow. I made him use a 2-point eviscerate on his turn 5. His only other play was to dagger on the face. We are at a pretty large advantage at this point. No clear turn 7 move, which is unfortunate, but we got a big turn 8. Okay, not a problem there. He used Eviscerate for 2, so let's make him feel better by doing it ourselves. Only unlike him, we're going to sit on our dagger. Not literally. But still, that 1 damage isn't going to make a difference, really. Okay. We continue to have a card advantage here.
Here we go.
And now this gets pretty serious. I hope you have an assassinate, buddy. And again, that can be significant.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
So let's go ahead and start by silencing
Your magic
this.
shall not save.
Then we're gonna kill this. So go ahead and cast Betrayal to get 1 more minion off the board. And we're sending the Force Tank into the Sludge Belcher, which we would have done even if Kodo was undamaged, just because in the event that he's able to bounce one of his minions.
The frost wolves stand ready.
A huge mistake. Okay, he lets us keep our Spellbreaker, which lets us trade it in for his Warlord. Again, we attack the minion with the highest health. We have 6 mana left over. We freeze his Kodo. I'm running out of cards, so there's nothing wrong with using one of my
I wonder.
Sprint. Unless he has a 3 casting cost taunt or a heal, it's game over. Minion. Sap. That's a good one. Good enough to keep him going for now. Stays at 2 health, keeps it out of dagger range. And re-dagger. Yes, that's correct. I was referring to my Felsi decking as Zombie Chow. Hoo-wee! Second ever 12 win, first one on stream. There we go. Fun times. That's good, because as you can see, my gold was starting to get a little light. Golden Lava Burst, pack, and... average pack.